family, what's good, and welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy Fit Like Chris, and before we get into today's topic of self-belief, do me and you a favor: like, comment, and subscribe to this video and to the channel. Only if you fuck with the content, man. I create content excuse me, I create content from the heart. I take my time creating it. It's very, very well thought out, and hopefully it's of use to brothers like yourself. If you're not rocking with the content, move on to the next video. I know you will anyway. But now that that is out the way, let us talk about the elephant in the room, which is self-belief. Now, self-belief is one of those things that everybody wants to have it. Everybody would like to say that they believe in themselves, but it's really levels to the game, right? You know, you got those people that just have this supreme level of belief to the point where they can create a cult. Think about Kanye West. Think about Marilyn Manson. Just people that have had this extreme level of self-confidence to the point where people want to be like them and people follow them and they hang on their every word. And then you have your frauds out there, the people that like to front like they have self-confidence, but you know, when it's just them and they have to look at the man or woman in the mirror, they're not who they portray themselves to be. And everyone knows that if you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything that you want to achieve in life, right? Because self-belief, it dictates the way that you see the world. Why don't we all have self-belief then? Why doesn't everyone have a 10 out of 10 on the self-belief scale if it matters so much? And that's what we're going to talk about today, right? We're going to talk about the fact that self-belief is something that it can either be improved upon or it can be taken away. And at any given point in time, your self-belief is either going up or it's going down. It's never staying the same. It's kind of like the gym. Now, at the gym, I like to give myself a 2-week rule. It's a delayed gratification outlook on it. If I go to the gym for 2 weeks, I'm solid. I'm working out consistently. I'm eating right. I'm taking care of myself. I'm getting the proper amounts of rest. I give myself 2 weeks. I'm not going to see any results for 2 weeks, right? After 2 weeks, then you'll begin to see the cuts. You'll begin to feel different. You'll begin to feel like you're in your rhythm. And that's just what I tell myself, right? If I were to stop going to the gym, I've done that 2 weeks. I've, built that momentum and that progress up. But now I stop and maybe I start slacking off. I want to go out. I want to drink. I want to eat whatever the fuck I want to eat. My fitness is no longer going up. It's now dropping down moment by moment. And this is what is happening with your self-belief or self-confidence. It's either going up or it's going down at any given point in time. And for a lot of people, they have momentum going in the wrong direction when it comes to their self-belief. They're not doing the things necessary to keep it on the up and up. Or maybe they'll start it and then they'll sabotage their momentum. So with that being said, in this video, we're going to talk about a couple of different ways that we can build our self-confidence or self-belief, either one, interchangeable. But I want you to understand this one thing before we get into the list. Understand that every single way that you can build your self-belief, it goes in the opposite direction. If you don't do these things, the self-belief will also diminish, okay? It's either you can do it and benefit, or you cannot do it and you cannot benefit from it. So with that being said, number one on the list of ways to build your self-belief is by keeping your word. Keep your word. Now, I want to take this one from the destination and work my way back. Keeping your word is very important. You don't want to lie to other people, but most importantly, don't lie to yourself, bro. Don't lie to yourself, okay? You are better off not giving your word to yourself. If there is a chance that you're not going to follow through with your word, don't even give it, because you don't want to risk your level of self-belief if you don't have to. You understand? I'm the king of we'll see. I'm gonna think about it. I'm not too sure. I'm real on it. Even though I'm a very decisive person and I make decisions quickly, when it comes to things that I'm like, I ain't even finna give my word to this situation because I don't want to risk breaking a promise to myself. Every single time that you break a promise with yourself, you diminish your self-belief. However, on the flip side, every time you keep a promise with yourself, your self-belief will go up. So if you set an alarm for Monday morning at 5 a.m. and you say, yo, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna get this great workout in, I'm gonna hit the sauna, I'm really just gonna think about my life and set myself up for success this week. And you wake up at 5 a.m. and you do every single thing that you said you were gonna do, you're gonna feel great about yourself. You're gonna feel like you got a little bit of pep in your step. You're gonna feel like you can actually count on and believe in yourself, quite literally. But if you don't do that, and maybe you snooze your alarm and you gotta work at 9 a.m., but you snooze the alarm and now you done got up and the time is 8:15, and you can't do any of the things that you promised that you would do to yourself, imagine it's wrapped in a bow. Waking up was what you said you were gonna do, but what are the contents in that box? Going to the gym, the sauna, strategizing your week. All of these things are in that box. All of these things are gonna take a hit at your overall level of self-belief. And this is how a lot of people will get into a negative spiral, right? They'll maybe screw up the first promise that they make to themselves in the day. They'll feel bad about it. And then it's just compound interest. They'll continue to break promises with themselves, essentially just throwing the day away. You know that feeling of, I screwed up a little bit. Like, I might as well just take the rest of the day, to just eat what I want or do whatever I want, and I'm gonna just get back to it tomorrow. If you've never felt that way, I'm pretty sure that you have known someone that has had that attitude. And those people are the ones that are putting themselves in an early grave. You don't believe in yourself because you can't keep your word with yourself. Don't be that guy. Number 2 is to declutter your mind. So the way that you view the world is a representation of what you have in your mind. So if your mind is chaos and it's disorganized, you're going to view the world as a chaotic and disorganized world. If your mind is lazy, if there's not much going on up here and you're just spinning wheels for 1,440 minutes, 1,440 minutes a day, your life is going to seem real mundane. Your mind creates the vision of what you see, right? So imagine that your mind has a lot of traffic going on, or it has a lot of junk, or a lot of things that are out of place that you probably should be tidying up. You're thinking about, that one business obligation that you have. Maybe you got a Zoom call, but then you're thinking that, you got to make dinner tonight. And then on top of that, you got to clean the crib. And then you're thinking about, you're trying to go out with your homeboys and shit. You got so much going on in your mind at once that you can't even focus on the most important thing. You can't even get your priorities in order because there's so much going on in your mind. Your best bet is to declutter your mind. And I've never been a big advocate for sitting there like a yogi and just meditating your life away, but maybe you need to do that. Maybe you need to just go for a walk around the block. Put your phone down and just go for that walk and allow your mind to kind of, get it out of your system. Allow yourself to feel a little bit more centered. Pick up a notebook. Put the pen to the paper. You put the pen to the paper and just brain dump. Get all of the thoughts out of your head. Maybe you write a to-do list of the most important things. You got to declutter your mind. If you don't declutter your mind, you're not going to be seen as a leader. You're not going to be seen as reliable. You're not going to be seen as trustworthy by yourself. You're going to look at yourself and be like, he is not it. That's the worst thing you could have. You want to view yourself with a high level of self-belief. So declutter your mind. Last but not least on this topic is that you may have to do this multiple times a day. Do not be surprised. We live in a world filled with distractions. There's always something that's trying to pull your attention. We call that marketing. So take time to declutter your mind. Maybe at the top of every hour, you just take 5 minutes to do nothing. Give it a go. Number 3 on the list is to take care of you first. So we've all been on planes before, right? And when you're on an airplane, the flight attendants are in the aisle and they're just doing their little thing on every airline. They basically just tell you where the life jackets are, where the oxygen masks are, and where the emergency exits are before every single flight. Every airline is just a standard protocol, right? Now, when they get to the part where they're talking about the oxygen masks, I don't know if you ever realized it, but they tell the adults, if you have a child with you or someone that you're caring for, make sure you put the oxygen mask on yourself first. You may have your precious three-year-old, 4-year-old, whatever, but if you're no good, then how are you going to pour into their cup? How are you going to take care of their cup in the case that there's an emergency landing? You won't be able to, because that oxygen mask came on and you gave it to them until you passed out. And now they don't know how to hold it up to their face. Give to yourself first. Just in life, just in general. Giving to yourself first requires that you know exactly what's going on in here at any given point in time. And people in life will always ask of you. Always. It's always going to say, yo, can you give more? Can you give to me right now? Can you inconvenience yourself for me? Life and people will do that. And don't take it personal, because there's nothing in this world that is done out of spite. So don't take it personal, but learn how to say no. Learn how to fill your own cup up, right? You got to fill your cup up before you pour your liquid in other people's cups. Take care of you, because when you're at your best, you can do the most. This is all things health, wellness, mind, body, and soul. When you're taken care of, you can pour into other people's cup. Number 4 on the list, gang, is to do something uncomfortable or difficult each and every single day. So, real quick story on this one. I was taking ice baths every single day last winter. It's the fall of 2024. So, in the winter of 2023, I think I went about 76 days. I think it was 76 days of me taking a cold plunge in the morning. I just threw it on my balcony, threw mad ice in it, and it got as cold as, I believe, like 36 degrees. So I was in that mug. It was 32 degrees, because one time I had the ice on it. The reason that I was doing an ice bath every single day was because I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to choose what the hardest part of my day was. Something that's not spoken about a lot is that if you choose what the most difficult part of your day is, you are 10 times more equipped, just more battle ready, because life is always going to throw some shit at you. But if you already put yourself in the fire, you already hot, you warmed up. You already warmed up. You can take care of anything coming your way if you're willing to put yourself in the fire. Do something difficult each and every single day. It could be a cold plunge. It could be what we spoke about as far as meditating or clearing your mind. If that's difficult for you, do it. Going to the gym, eating healthy, drinking enough water. Make sure that the difficult thing that you decide to do each day is difficult. Don't choose no fake ass, easy level difficulty. Like, nah, do something hard. Do something really, really difficult, and it will reward you in the long run. I'm telling you. Number 5. This one is my favorite one, right? All right, so I have always been an extremely supportive person, right? I love to support other people, and I don't like to move forward without my tribe. If I care for you, I want you to move forward with me. I've had to learn multiple times in my life that people naturally are going to take care of themselves better than they take care of you. In that case, or in this case, they're going to take care of themselves better than they would take care of me. So there was a brand that I was working with before, right? And this brand, they were really, really dope. And the founder of the brand, him and I, we had a really, really awesome relationship. We just saw eye to eye with everything. However, there were a couple of times where, he could have not even stuck his neck out for me, but made sure that I was eating when he was eating. And I was surprised whenever he would do it. And like, slight example, if there was a meeting or something and we were both scheduled to, be present for the meeting, and maybe I didn't show up for whatever the reason was, he wasn't like, yo, Chris, where you at? It wasn't like that. And initially I would take it personally, like, yo, if we in this together, like, why didn't you look out for your boy? Like, you would expect it. I would expect it because that's what I would do for my boy, you feel me? But I couldn't take it personally because it's just natural. People are going to take care of themselves, and people are going to really, really, really pour into their cup. It's the same thing that I just advised you to do. Pour into your cup first, because if your cup is empty, you can't give to people, right? But I want you to just take note of how other people are pouring into their cup. Take note of how they're taking care of themselves. Take note of how they can be selfish. Because people are selfish. We're all selfish to a certain degree. But sometimes a selfish attitude is what gets people farther ahead in life. When they're selfish with themselves, maybe you get the short end of the stick. But instead of taking it personally, bro, like, take that opportunity to try it on yourself. Maybe you try to plan out your week and get real disciplined and regimented. Instead of waiting to plan your week with them, their week's already planned and they did that. Look at how they did that, and maybe you implement that. Be more curious than you are, bitter. Don't be bitter at all. A real man is never bitter, never jaded. There's a great book, The Way of the Superior Man by David Dita, and he says, a real man lives with an open heart even if it hurts. So in cases where people are taking care of themselves better than you would expect them to, or better than you would expect for them to take care of you, just take note. Lean into that pain. It's all good. Don't take it personal, but just take note on what they're doing. Number 6 is to paint your own picture. And this is another great one on the list, because when you paint a picture for yourself and you have a vision for yourself, you have everything that you need in order to bring it to fruition. If you can believe it, you can have it. If you can see it, you can achieve it. And remember that. Most people don't allow themselves to have a vision. They don't allow themselves to have a vision because they don't think that they can actually make it happen. If you know how to do something, then where's the fun in that? If you knew how to do everything that you need to know how to do in life, are you living? How are you going to be up if you're never down? It just don't work, bro. So make sure you paint a picture for yourself, and that picture should be a damn Picasso, bro. Paint a portrait. Paint some shit that you have absolutely no idea how you're going to get or achieve it, but paint a picture that just excites you. It makes you feel really good about, where your life is headed. When you paint that picture, give it away. Like, not physically, but release control over it. Claim it. Claim it. Hey, that's my destination. Bet. That is my destination. Now, how I'm going to get there, I don't know how I'm going to get to that destination. But I'm going to start here. And I'm going to just do X, Y, and Z. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to reassess. And then I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And you just wash, rinse, and repeat. And that's what life is. You feel me? Life is supposed to be a maze, low-key. You're not supposed to know how to get to where you're going. That's what makes life beautiful. Stop trying to have everything figured out. That's not what it's about, man. Paint that picture for yourself. Last but not least on the list, it goes perfectly with number 6. Number 7 is to take your L's with pride. Taking your L's with pride means that you are smiling in the face of adversity, because you know that failure is just a necessary component to victory. You have to fail in order to win. If you do not fail, you are not making progress toward your Picasso picture that you have painted. Because you do not know how to achieve your Picasso picture, you are going to fail. Embrace it, welcome it, and in fact, try to fail faster. If your failures are coming with huge gaps in between them, you're not failing fast enough. A quick lesson on failure, and then we're going to get out of here. When you win in life, when you achieve your goal, when you finally get to your Picasso picture, you're not gonna get anything. Unfortunately, you're not gonna get anything but the satisfaction and the validation, because you knew you were gonna get there. You didn't know how. Awesome. But that's about all you're gonna receive. When you're trying over and over and over again, bruh, that's when you're winning. That's when you're gaining everything necessary to get there. Maybe you didn't have the resilience before. Maybe you didn't have the self-belief, the self-confidence. Maybe you didn't have what you needed in order to achieve it. But you earned it through your lessons. A failure is not a loss, it is a lesson. And these lessons, they build your character up. They're chiseling you. They're preparing you for the next level. So take all of your L's as lessons and take them with pride and make the most out of that shit, and understand that it's necessary on the road to greatness. The greatness is already within you. You just got to stay down until you come up, bruh. That's it. Stay down until you come up. 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 Understand that self-belief is necessary if you're ever going to achieve anything worth achieving in life. You got to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in you, nobody believes in you. Self-belief is faith. It's understanding that, yo, there are forces out here that are going to get me to where I need to be. That's what self-belief is, man. Stop trying to take everything into your own hands and do it on your own. Stop trying to do that. It never works out in your favor. All right? Listen, man, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Implement these tactics today. Yo, and stop trying to be perfect. I know you try to be perfect. Stop trying to be perfect, bruh. I'm telling you. Stop trying to be perfect. I'm your boy Fit Like Chris. If you made it this far, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I really hope you got some gems from this information. And I'm going to see you in the next one, gang.